If you don't like Field of Dreams, you don't have a soul. There, I said it. It's often proclaimed one of the best examples of a weepy out there, a movie that makes most people cry without insulting their intelligence or emotionally manipulating them. Actually, wait, no, let me rephrase, because Field of Dreams does both of those things the entire time. It's just that it does them so well, you don't notice how mentally insulted and emotionally abused the fucking thing was to you.
Is this heaven?
It's Iowa.
The film opens with a long introduction to Kevin Costner's character and the tumultuous relationship he had with his baseball-loving dad. As a kid, none of this seeped in to reveal the whole frickin' point and upcoming ending, but now all the dad references seem laid on a little thick. Anyways, Costner is out on his farm, and then that's when the voice happens.
If you build it, he will come. If you build it, he will come.
The entire film is essentially asking the question, what would happen if an everyday Joe that just coincidentally looked like a handsome 80s movie star started hearing voices and acting on them regardless of how irrational they seemed? Eventually he gets a premonition to plow down his crops and build a baseball field. His wife, played by Amy Madigan, does a fantastic job throughout the flick in looking perpetually concerned but also kinda excited of the weird magic that's going on, as well as being realistically supportive of Kevin without losing sight of what's important for their family.
So what are you saying? We can't keep the field?
Makes it real hard to keep the farm.
Costner gets the idea that Shoeless Joe Jackson of the 8 Men Out fame will appear, but a long time passes with nothing, until finally he shows up in a scene that's shot, scored, and performed just perfectly, even down to the cliched manly nod the two men share.
We'll put up some coffee. Why don't you go on outside?
Ray Liotta does a great job as Shoeless Joe, specifically because he plays against what you'd expect. Most movie ghosts are either scary or godlike. If this flick was made today, I can pretty much guarantee Shoeless Joe and Ray would become best friends and they'd hug each other and all that corny shit, but Liotta plays Joe as a pretty cool dude. He's reserved, quiet, and occasionally a little douchey, and I think that's dead right.
What are you saying, Ray?
I'm saying, what's in it for me?
Is that why you did this? For you?
Ray agrees to let all the expelled 8 players back to practice, and we realize that only people that believe in the field and the players can see them. It's kind of like summertime Santa Claus with a little bit more profanity.
Come on, asshole! Pitch!
Weaver. Nice.
Sorry, kid!
The voices egg Ray on again, though, with more vague instructions, which leads to him and his wife attending a way too over-the-top book-burning session that feels more at home in a Jimmy Stewart melodrama from the 40s.
Now, who's for the Bill of Rights? Who thinks freedom is a pretty darn good thing? Come on, let's see those hands!
Ray thinks it's the author Terrence Mann who needs his pain eased by going to a baseball game, and the reclusive man is played by Mufasa himself in a wickedly funny performance. Like Liotta, he too is cold, crass, and a little bit antagonistic, which balances out all the schmaltz and cheese the rest of the movie lays on.
So what do you want?
I want them to stop looking to me for answers, begging me to speak again, write again, be a leader. I want them to start thinking for themselves, and I want my privacy.
No, I meant, what do you want?
Terrence Mann hears the voices too, I think, kind of. I don't know, the realization scene is kind of hazy with actually what's going on and if he's self-aware of what's happening.
Moonlight Graham.
Son!
So what?
They go hunt down a Moonlight Graham, which lets Costner travel back in time for one night, which is pretty fucking terrifying if you ask me, but I guess in this movie it's supposed to be magical. Plus it leads to probably my favorite performance in the film, Burt Lancaster as Dr. Graham. He's just so goddamn adorable in this movie, you want to hug him.
It'll have to stay a wish. I was born here, I lived here, I'll die here, but no regrets.
50 years ago, for 5 minutes, you came this close. I mean, it would kill some men to get that close to their dream and not touch it. God, they'd consider it a tragedy.
Son, if I'd only gotten to be a doctor for 5 minutes, now that would have been a tragedy. I better be getting home. At least she'll think I got a girlfriend.
They leave, pick up teenage Graham, and go back to the farm where the bank is foreclosing and the brother-in-law is losing his shit, and yeah, this stuff isn't the best aspect of the movie. It all feels like exactly what it is. Forced movie problems to delay the happy ending. Like, does anyone in the audience actually think Ray will sign the deed and let go of the baseball field? Fuck no, especially not with a group of ghosts and Darth Vader telling him not to. Like, holy shit.
When the bank opens in the morning, they'll foreclose.
People will come, Ray.
You're broke, Ray. You sell now or you lose everything.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
More forced contrivances happen that result in the kid falling and choking to death, which makes Moonlight the kid enter the real world as a real ghost, I think. I don't know. Kinda sucks he got taken out of his baseball dreams forever just to slap a girl's back 2 times. Like, Jesus, Costner, really? That didn't pop in your brain at all? Just whack her back a couple times? So yeah, all of this is normal syrupy Hollywood plotting, but it works when done well, and Field of Dreams does it very well, especially because of the ace up its sleeve. Shoeless Joe wasn't the one he built the field for, but rather Ghost Dad. No, wait, guys, no, not that Ghost Dad. Oh, Jesus, this review suddenly went off the rails.
This is creepy.
So Costner finally reunites with his dad, resulting in the ultimate manly misting moment, which makes most dudes blubber just as much as teenage girls did watching Titanic. It's here where everything clicks in terms of awesome manipulation. The late, great James Horner pulling all the strings, literally and figuratively. These beautiful magic hour shots, and the train of cars coming, and oh, Jesus, excuse me, I gotta go grab a Kleenex.
Hey, Dad?
You want to have a catch?
I'd like that.
I still love you.
So with all the good, is there anything bad? Some stuff sticks out as a little hokey, I guess, especially the monologue about how baseball is essentially the most important thing in the entire universe, but really the only thing that's always stuck out the weirdest to me is the fucking title. This field isn't anyone's dream except a bunch of goddamn ghosts, and you think they'd be able to play plenty of cloud baseball in heaven. Field sure isn't Kevin Costner's dream, he's just doing it as the voices told him to. And it wasn't ever his dream to reunite with his dad either, that was just a lifelong regret that he never apologized to him before he died. If anything, the movie should have been called Field of Faith, because that's exactly what the whole flick is about, really. Sacrificing everything for what you believe in, no matter how inexplicable and ridiculous it might appear to the people around you or yourself. But then again, if they called this Field of Faith, it probably would have starred Mel Gibson, and instead of his dad playing catch in the end, it would have been Jesus, so you know what, I guess Field of Dreams is fine the way it is. I give it a strong 4 fries out of 5.
Step aside, you Nazi cat.
I know.